Hi there, welcome to Abyss Seer Tarot Readings. Oh my god, you can see my freaking shorts right here. Oof. Okay, that's a view. By the way, today I wanted to do a pick a card reading. The title of the pick a card reading is What are the types of lack mindset that you, because of which you align yourself with um, stuck energies being in the past and um, yeah, stuck energies being in the past. I don't know why I wanted to say ever ready energies, but yeah, basically whenever so the theme of the reading basically goes on like whenever you try to make a new beginning in your life, what happens is that you kind of subconsciously or you know knowingly have a lack mindset within you, and sometimes that lack mindset causes us to um align ourselves or um attract um, fear, negativity, pain of that sort, and of the type that aligns us to that sort of um, uh, of the type that aligns with our fears, right? So I wanted to do a reading on this type of self-fulfilling prophecies that happen all the time. So I wanted to like point out those lack mindset patterns that were basically causing people to revert back to their old ways or um, yeah, aligning us to aligning us with our fears rather than desires. So just to bring some clarity in those areas, I wanted to bring up this reading, right? So first reading is pile number one. If you can see this, yeah, this is I hope you can see this retro paper right here. There are blood splatter, there's a cranium inside a bell jar, there are these um cleaning materials if you cannot see it properly now. Yeah, this is pile number one's card. Pile number one, these are your um, confirmation cards, September and number three. Here you go. Pile number two, your card, your retro paper is this. Oh God, wait a second. I don't know if you can see it properly, as properly as I would like you to see it. But yeah, I think you might be able to see it from the thumbnail, right? But there is this house in here and there's a letter, like it's basically there's a bunch of things written in here, and there's a house in here. This is how this looks like, okay? And your confirmation cards are zero. It reminds me a lot of the Ouroboros snake. And March, it reminds me of the word martyr as well, the month of March and the number zero. Okay. Now pile number three, this is your card. It's a haunted house. Yeah, and you can write a lot of there are yeah, it just seems like a note or a poster that is stuck to the wall. There is this bat in here, there's a pumpkin in here, Halloween theme pumpkins, right? So this is your pile number three, and your confirmation cards are November, number three, number nine. Okay, so yeah. So let's go with pile number one. So pile number one, your energy, the repressed or the lack emotion that I feel for you guys is the emotion of feeling tainted. Okay. Because I was doing your cards, okay. I was doing a spread and I was getting an energy that I was pushing a lot of like I wasn't even trying to push it, but basically I was getting an energy of pushing my message on to you guys. I don't know what it was, but I had to literally push myself to bring my words out of my system, okay? And this is how I feel like you guys feel a lot of times. Like you try to say things, you try to make things clear to yourself, but then you shut down, or then you crank up. I do not know what it is. Maybe you do not want to hear yourself say those things to you. Maybe there's some sort of pain associated to it that you just cannot, that you have repressed so much to the point and extent that you do not want to see it anymore, okay? So there is this card that I've got for you guys, pile number one. This is the eternal child in reverse, okay? So this gives me, and then there are two cards in here from tarot. We have got the six of cups in reverse, the six of cups in reverse, the six of cups in reverse, and the king of wands in reverse, right? So this, and then we have the four of wands upright. So I'll process how this reading went for me. So I was speaking, and I was feeling a lot of things, and like I felt like someone was shutting me down again and again. Someone was trying to shut me down again and again and again and again. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that you guys have. Like people, I just feel like every single time you try to explain people of your pain, of your suffering, they try to shut it down as unnecessary, insignificant, kind of gaslight you and make you feel as if it wasn't even there. It's just a pile of log. That's how maybe there are people who make you feel that way, okay? Now, another thing that I'm getting about in this reading about you guys could be that, like you guys could be from some noble families, rich families. I was getting a lot of energies of a parental figure pushing you guys to learn piano, pushing you guys to learn violin, pushing you guys to learn horse riding, so that you can impress your so that these parents can impress other parents with with their child's um exceptional accomplishments, right? So I just feel like maybe for many of you guys, you were pushed into being this untainted spirit, pushed into being this really good person, pushed into being this very good partner. I'm getting maybe that you felt this pressure from your colleagues, from your friends, from your families, from your exes, lovers, people who are supposed to be intimate with you, vulnerable with you, love you, care for you, be on a lookout for you. Yeah, I'm kind of getting like there's this energy where I just feel like your inner child was kind of killed. Your playfulness was taken away from you. Your playful, there's the energy of a playful heart has been replaced because of the amount of times these parental figures tried to push these children to turn into a clean slate, right? I'm getting like this fallacy mindset. Like I feel like this person, like these parental figures have this fallacy mindset where they think that what they are doing to their child is the right thing, but they end up doing something that just completely derails their entire future and makes them feel like shit at the same time. Yeah, I'll be honest on this. I feel like this is someone who has been basically turned into a robot of some kind, and this person feels so robotic. I feel like they feel like they cannot move an inch without their parent scolding them, without their parent saying something so hurtful to them that it doesn't that now and nothing budges them anymore. It just feels like this person doesn't feels anything anymore. I feel like this person's inner child has been numbed to the point and extent that they cannot feel themselves anymore. They do not understand themselves anymore. They don't see their future in yeah, they do not see their future anymore. I feel so stumped right now. I feel so the particular lack that I feel like your energy feels right now is the energy of not being able to express yourself, not being able to show yourself and become and settling down with this version, with this robotic version of yourself, or with this mechanical version of yourself that has been created by your that has been created by your parents or by your authority figures, with the so-called idea of that, yeah, this that whatever we did for you was for your own benefit, was for your own good. Yeah, I don't know, I just feel like there's so much benefit of doubt, like literally you have been you oh my god, yeah, like you like I just feel like these parental figures have got so much benefit of the doubt at this point that you aren't even realizing how it has turned you into this way. I feel like, with this blood splatter card in here, I just feel like someone is being pushed too hard to clean their stain. It's kind of like an energy where, if someone has been assaulted, sexually assaulted, or someone has been abused in college, someone has been abused, beaten up, verbally abused, anything else, I feel like this person never complains about their 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 anger. They never complain about anything. They do not exhibit any sort of, wrong behavior or bad behavior in their environment right now, and it just seems so perfect, right? I just feel like, yeah, this person was never given a chance to actually feel that anger even. Like they were just turned into this mechanical robot, and this person knows is that they need to endure the pain that is being given to them again and again and again and again, right? And I feel like this person, and I feel like this person's parents or authority figures try to, tell them that, whatever we did it for your good. Look at you now, you've turned into this gem, right? You've turned into this, I don't know why I wanted to pick up this, but this is pyrite. And today, for I don't know, particularly on today, this stone looks way more beautiful than it always often looks to me. I'm not saying that it isn't beautiful. All I'm saying is that I do not like, I'm saying that my pyrite it's like that gem is a raw gem, and I know that it is flawed. It definitely has some like some stones and ridges here and there. It's a raw pyrite. If you see it, like you can see the stone parts in here, like the dull parts, So I can see this. I can see this in my little pyrite right here. But I just feel like someone doesn't. Yeah, I feel like you do not want, like you have been trying so hard to, rub yourself, to erase yourself, to not embrace again. It gives me this. Uh, Rumi archetype, my god, it definitely gives me that. It gives me Rumi from Huntrix, K-pop Demon Hunters, where she's just trying to, like rub off the stain in her eye arms so that she she seems perfect on the outside. There's so much perfection based mindset in here. But like before, like I was channeling a lot of stuff, honestly speaking. Like I got a lot of stuff for this pile, my god. I was getting a lot of energy around the lines of someone, how do I say this? Um yeah, I was also getting like this energy of, battery draining, and see, I was getting a lot of energies, right? I was getting like distraction. I was getting kind of like not wanting to like stay in a place or stay with your own feelings. I feel like this person, this authority figure, whoever this is, I think that I feel like you have conditioned yourself into thinking that your own scars, or your own flaws, or things that aren't even your mistakes, because I'm getting a lot of things like sexual assault and all those things. I feel like all you are trying to, wipe the stain, you're trying to forget the past, you're trying to remove it out of your body, you're trying to remove a mental illness out of your body. And that's not necessary. That's not needed. All of that, yes, all of that is not needed by you right now. As of now, I'm seeing that maybe this is something that feels like you are you're doing it because you want to impress, maybe you want to impress your past people, these people who conditioned you like that, or you want to like impress this king of wands in reverse right here, this person whom you admire a lot. Maybe this person looks really good on the outside and you want to be like them, or you want to show them something. And I just cannot help but say that this is not a really nice energy to be in, right now. Like, I just feel like you need to see things from a different perspective. That's how the energy feels like to me. Um, yeah, this card right here, it wanted to come in reverse instead of upright, and I'll take it as an advice card, okay? I just feel like you are being asked to stop letting yourself get attacked in your room, in your own home space, in your own inner space, in your own inner sanctum, allowing people in your boundaries, like there are these boundaries right here. Do not allow people in your boundaries. Do not allow people in your life who are constantly attacking you and filling you with so much malice and hate, right? your you do not need to be perfect. I feel like, yeah, this is a thing, like, you have to understand, like, if there are people who do not respect you for, I don't know how this energy is, but it's kind of like, don't let people see, like, like, yeah, if there are some people who are constantly berating you for being who you are, I don't think that those people are allowed in your life. Because I feel like that it's time for you to build up your boundaries in such a manner that you can, yeah. I'm getting three of pentacles in reverse, so it's kind of like, if these are co-workers, if these are people who are often trying to get a gossip out of you, I feel like these people need to, I'm getting selfishly, I'm getting the word selfishly. Yeah, I feel like there is so much, like, yeah, don't let people selfishly um fester in your mind, right? Or don't let them take advantage of you for their own selfish desires, right? Yeah, I'm feeling like someone is trying to, yeah, someone is playing hide and seek, through your trying to peep through the hole to see your life. They want to see what you're all about and everything. And I would advise you to train your senses, or see how these little, yeah, I don't know why. I'm also feeling like, that- oh my god, oh my god, what is this? Yikes. Oh my god, this is such a, oh, this is a chilling energy. Oh my god, I do not like it at all. I do not like it. I do not like it. What is this disgusting energy? Oh, you see how there are swords in this person's back? I just feel like maybe s- there are people who are trying to see through your holes, or they are trying to like, like, when the sword pierces his body, there are holes in his body, right? I don't know why I'm getting like that. There is a phobia of holes, right? I'm getting that kind of energy, that sort of energy right now. I just feel like someone is just trying to, see into your, like, they want to see your, ugh, it's so bad, but I'm seeing that they're trying to, like, stab in your back and then look into you after stabbing you in the back. This is how I'm seeing it. I kind of feel like people want to see, there's someone who wants to look at your vulnerabilities after, through, like, oh my god, through a hole that they have stabbed in your back. Like, I feel like, oh my god, if you have gotten betrayed in some sort of way, right? I feel like people are trying to, peep through the, they're trying to act nice, real nice in front of you and everything, but they're trying to peep through the holes to see what is going on with you. This is such a, oh my god, I'm also getting like, I don't know why. Maybe you're a very rich person, I guess, or very famous or influential, and people are often trying to, look through your vulnerabilities, and they're trying to like see what is going on. Like, if suppose someone has hurt you or something, they're just sitting out there in the back trying to look at you. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm kind of getting like they want to peep through and see what is peep through and see. Yeah, they want to peep through your life. Oh my god, they want to peep through your vulnerabilities, basically, weaknesses, and see right through you. Like, they want to see right through you or something like that. And it's so visible. Oh my god, I'm disgusted by this energy. I feel like this is so invasive right now. It has kind of like filled me with a weird sort of cringe right there. That's very disgusting. But I feel like maybe you have had experiences of people doing this to you. So you have, so you decided to like clean up your wounds. You decided to look a little bit more perfect. You decided to, I don't know why. Just I just feel like people humiliated you, or they were just, I don't know, like there's something so pathetic. Like there's something, I just feel like there was some sort of really bad thing that happened with you, and people were just looking at it, and they just, I don't know. I'm also saying that people are trying to, peep through your weaknesses to look at your next strategy or something like that. And maybe you're only, I don't know. I'm also getting like, you're you're praying. Basically, you're trying to pray for a protective aura around yourself, or maybe I don't know. I was getting kind of like, like there was this, like, I think whoever it is that you're telling your prayers to, because I'm literally getting a priest, who is like sitting inside a box and listening to everybody's confessions. I feel like I feel like you should be careful to whom you speak about your little concerns to. Like, you should be careful. You have to be careful who you are talking to, right? And I don't know why I'm also getting like, yeah, I was getting the story of Medusa, right? She was killed by she was basically, sorry, I'm saying killed, but she was basically essayed, and she was basically assaulted or abused in Athena's temple, right? And Athena, being a clean freak that she was, she decided, not a clean freak, but basically being a dumb human being, being a dumb god that she was, Athena cursed Medusa to turn into a stain, right? Like, basically, she uglified, not uglified her, but basically, I do not consider her as ugly. I think Medusa became even more powerful after that curse, if you saw it in that way. But she decided to uglify her even more. But for Athena, what she did to Medusa was basically she tried to uglify her, or basically she tried to, make her look like a disgusting creature in her eyes, even though now Medusa is considered as a symbol of pride. Before, basically what Athena did was she tried to make Medusa look like a disgusting thing, disgusting creature, right? And the reason why Athena tried to make Medusa look like a disgusting creature in her image was so that, uh, because she thought that Medusa was the one who tainted Athena's temple, right? So I feel like you're kind of realizing the the flaws of praying to the wrong type of people, or the flaws of following the wrong culture where people always try to look perfect and look, or they try to appear as someone that they are not, for the sake of looking good or something like that. Yes, I feel like that's the energy that I'm getting right here. I feel like you guys have been learning how to, um yeah, I think you guys are learning how to believe yourself, how to, like, have that faith within yourself. I think the subconscious things that are stopping you from moving any further is your own belief that you are stained, or you're not enough, or you're inadequate enough, or you're not abcd enough for something sacred. You're not abcd enough for something sacred, divine, or holy. you know that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. I just feel like, the day Athena executed, Medusa, was killed Medusa, was the day a prayer was born. Where, yeah, see how, in this, if you see this prayer card correctly, there is a lot of dust or some sort of black miasma that's, around, like, that's filled with this card. And I just feel like this is how prayers are, right? Prayers can, yeah, I just feel like there there's a need to 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 basically stop demonizing your own, your scars, because they do not make you who you are, right? So, yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of issues or problems that you feel because of these scars. I feel like they scare you a lot. You're being asked to get past that energy. Yeah, I feel like this is the lack mindset that is, like, I feel like whenever you start something new in your life, I think this is the lack mindset that stops you from moving further, or it kind of keeps you stuck in your past again and again. That's the energy that I'm seeing here right now. So if this gave you any insight, I hope this reading helped you in some manner. Pile number one, take care of yourself. Goodbye. Hello, pile number two. You have chosen this card right here. The haunted house card. Um, it looks like a letter actually, but I think due to the light, you're not able to see it properly, maybe, I guess. But yeah, this is your card. You chose the number zero, the infinite number zero. Why I call it the infinite number is because it reminds me of the Ouroboros snake and March. I don't know how to. Yeah, the March card, the March month of March, the number zero could be significant for you guys. So when I first took this card, right, took this pile, I got a lot of messages like local hotspots, being in their own hometown. I was getting a lot of rural area energy. I was getting the energy of postcards. So I was also getting a martyr energy. I was getting someone who was like sacrificing themselves for other people kind of energy. I'm also getting like a lot of past related energy, like someone who's very much stuck in the past, or not stuck in the past, but basically someone who's very cultural, traditional, very ethnic. They are very traditional. They could very much be sometimes. I'm not saying conservative mindset in the sense that you cannot accept other people's opinions and other differing views. I just feel like you understand. I think, yeah, this is called, like, being a smart conservative. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting in here. I was also getting the Ouroboros snake or the Ouroboros serpent, which often defines or talks about the history repeating itself again and again, right? So that's the kind of energy that I was getting in here. Okay. So, so there's a lot of there's a lot of symbolism and imagery of Ouroboros, things coming back in circle or something like that. So let's start this reading, okay? Mm, okay, I feel like okay. I don't know why, but I wanted to hide my hesitation, something like that right now. I do not know, but um, yeah, something could be. Maybe you guys are very shy by nature. You do not like going out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're scared of getting out of your comfort zone, right? Yeah, I just feel like there is like a scare, like there is a fear of being exposed as an amateur, or there's a fear of not being looked up as an all knowing person. There's a fear of being looked up as a failure or something like that. And I think that haunts you a lot, maybe. Okay. I also see that maybe for some of you guys, yeah, I feel like you would rather walk away from something that you love, something that you love, than give it. Yeah, you would rather walk away from things that you love than even trying to, than even um yeah, there's a lot of give up energy in here. Maybe I'm also getting kind of an energy of, not even starting, like not even trying to start the, not even trying to start the work, not even trying to begin the work, and just leave. And oh my god, yes, exactly that, exactly this. My god, yes, I was like feeling it, like, yeah, like, how do I say this, like, you you you're you're so scared of being the fool. You're so scared of, like, starting something new without looking like a failure. I am also getting, like, maybe you have this fear of repeating things. Like, maybe, okay, I'll just say this one thing. Maybe you guys, like, start something new. I don't know. There is, like, this. Again, I feel like there is this need to attain this state of perfection, right? um to an extent that you would rather not start something new. um you would rather, yeah, I'm kind of getting that you would rather repeat the same mundane task that you were doing before, than to start something new in life, something new that can even out your life, and balance you in a proper even out your life, balance your state, bring you new opportunities in your life, actually, help you collaborate with your colleagues in a much better manner, actually, help you to see, um, help you to form new connections. I feel like you would rather rest, or rather stay in your comfort zone, then and keep on repeating the same activity, than doing something new that can actually fulfill you, to see life to see light, or to see things in a different manner. There is this desert card in the back of the deck, so I feel like, yeah, I feel like there is, like, Oh my god, back shots. Oh my god, why am I getting back shots again and again? So I don't know. That I don't know. That back shot could be anything right there, but it could be sexual as well. I do not know. Okay, don't ask me. But yeah, I feel like you would. Yeah, I'm getting like kind of someone who would rather do a quickie than and appear like an expert who knows it all, rather than sit with the intimacy of it, rather than you know sit with the uncomfortable path. I feel like maybe many of you try to hold off the uncomfortable path and you try not to see the uncomfortable things that you need to cross or that you need to work for, because you would rather rest than do that, right? And that's the kind of energy in here. I'm getting the word martyr here. I was getting the word martyr, So when I get the word martyr, I don't know. Um, I'm kind of getting like there is like this self-sacrificial tendency. Like you would rather sacrifice yourself. You would rather sacrifice your own goals and dreams of being somebody rather than of being who you were, right? Like of you would rather sacrifice your goals and your dreams, the love of your life, than to then to run around. Yeah, then to actually, oh my god, you would rather do all of that rather than stay with your partner, rather than saying, oh my god, you would rather do all of. Okay, I just feel like there's a lot of trauma in here. I feel like the trauma is like repeating the same cycle again and again. How do I say this? I feel like you have had experience ignorance. You had experiences where you had to like walk around in circle. Like, how do I say this? For example, you had a love life, like, for example, you had your first boyfriend, and it seems like your first boyfriend was like, basically running you, basically, using you or taking advantage of you. And I feel like you have been taken advantage of in each and every relationship that you have been, to the point and extent that you are done. Like, even if you find someone new in your life, even if you find something good in your life, you would rather not do that. And how do I say this? I feel like you have stopped giving chances to people at this point. Like, you do not want to give people any more chances because you're so done running around in circles, right? You don't want to run around in circles anymore. I don't know why I'm getting prayer beads right now. So maybe for some of you, prayer beads could be significant. I think maybe for many of you guys, um, maybe you guys have this fear, maybe you've turned to, I was getting this a lot, but I was getting like, you guys could have like turned to prayer beads. You could have turned to mandalas. You could have turned to these spirituality or spiritual practices due to your faith. Due to people backstabbing you, and putting a dagger in your faith, basically speaking, and it just hurts you so much, right? I don't know why I feel like it's very much related to your throat chakra and crown chakra, basically, and third eye chakra. Yeah, I was getting, okay, yeah, I think crown chakra. Like, yeah, I feel like it's very much related to your crown chakra. Maybe people could be, I don't know. Is there some sort of spiritual attack in here? I do not understand that. I'm kind of getting that, but yeah. But more of what I'm getting is that kind of like there is something like, yeah, I just feel like you could I feel like you have basically, I feel like there is an ascension, right? Like, I feel like you guys are being Yeah, you guys have run around in circles so many times. You have been looping, you have been running around you've been running in circles in relationships or in um or the way people treat you. You end up finding the same type of people again and again and again and again, right? I just feel like how do I say this? I just feel like your biggest fear, I feel like, yeah, the lack mindset that you are facing right now is the fact that um you find it hard to ascend, or you find it really hard to you find it really hard to ascend from your previous habits, or you find it really hard to like break away your old habits and turn to new habits anymore. I just don't know. I feel like maybe you're doing this because you think that you're being true to yourself and that's who you really are. And I feel like I don't know why, but I'm kind of feeling that when it comes to your familial relationships or your colleague relationships, I feel like people think that maybe you are rigid like that. But in actual reality, maybe I just feel like maybe you could have been a little bit, um, like people could have hurt you so many times that you've turned into this ice cold person in real life, right? Like you're very cold on the outside and you don't allow people to like change your opinions easily and everything else. But I feel like you're not realizing how you um I think there's like I feel like you have to understand the difference between you standing up firm and not allowing people to play you, and the difference between you um feeling exposed because you're not immature enough, because you don't know enough, right? I feel like, yeah, you haven't learned enough, you don't know enough. I feel like it's very, I think it might be better. I feel like, yeah, I feel like you're standing so firm in your boundaries right now that you could be seeing um growth as a form of disruption, basically change as a form of disruption. I think change and transformations have always been pretty disrupting, right? But I feel like for you it could feel a little bit depressing because you do not understand if um like I feel like you're not able to understand if this change is even needed or not, because I feel like these new changes in your life are asking of you to let your guard down and let yourself be a little bit more vulnerable to healthy criticism, to see life in a much more vibrant and bright manner, and um being okay with seen as an immature person, right? Or being okay with seen as someone who doesn't knows everything. Yeah, I just feel like that's the case with you guys. Yeah, I just feel like you are basically in a process where you're learning, or you're trying to learn the process where you're basically learning how to repeat, or yeah, I think you're learning how to stand up after falling again, while not losing your protective shield at the same time. I do not know, but I'm getting like a trauma of being embarrassed, trauma of like being humiliated for not knowing enough, or being humiliated for being played around so much. And now I just feel like you've turned so frigid to every single thing around you that you are scared, or you kind of fear being being embarrassed or being criticized or being humiliated for looking like a dumb person for not knowing something that any newcomer obviously wouldn't know. I feel like, yeah, see, Page of Pentacles is a page. He doesn't knows anything, right? He's like still starting out. So I just feel like maybe you feel really embarrassed of being looked up as a novice, being looked up as an amateur. And I feel like that feeling is kind of, I'm not saying killing you inside, but it's kind of like hurting you in some sort of way, maybe. Pile number three could be significant for you guys. So yeah, I was getting this only. I was getting this energy that I think you're learning how to, how to, um, yeah, like basically, I think you're learning how to fall down and get back up again and again. Um, and I think this time you're learning how to get back up again, despite um your despite the trauma of humiliation, right? So I feel like the lack mindset that could be holding you back in your in your workplace, in your family life, could be the trauma of humiliation. I feel like if your trauma of humiliation even sometimes, makes you walk away from something that you actually want to do, because it would actually make you, because it might require you to actually, um walk away from your walk away from the path of your desire, because the path of your desire put I think wants you to be, um I feel like, yeah, I feel like you don't want to grow, or you do not want to be seen as an immature person, or you do not want to be seen as a amateur in a uh, um, in um, as an amateur, um in your dream life, right? Okay, how do I say this? For example, there is something that you like to do, right? And I feel like you guys are, and I feel like maybe you guys have this humiliation trauma where you start to do something that you really love to do, but in the end of the day, once you get humiliated, you just leave it, you just give up, and you just leave it behind like that. So I feel like that sort of humiliation trauma stays within you, because of which people try to humiliate you as further as possible they can, so that like, I think that was a trauma that you had got in the past, where they would try to humiliate you again and again, so that you leave behind whatever you love to do, right? And I feel like someone has been like, yeah, there's something patriarchy. I'm getting like the words patriarchy could be humiliating you. There could be some sort of something like that, okay? And maybe you do not want to look up, and you do not want to be looked as someone who's struggling to live a life, struggling to, achieve your goals and your dreams, or your wish fulfillment. And I feel like this fear of being humiliated just makes you walk away from the things that you really love to do, okay? Now, your for your advice cards, the cards came Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. So I feel like your advice is to, start, like, yeah, take, like, start your new beginning again. Try to work out your differences with your friends. Try to work out, try to work with your like, yeah, try to collaborate with your colleagues, try to take their help and support. I'm also getting, try to find some emotional support for yourself, to help you balance, your energy, right? To help you balance this need, this humiliation trauma that you guys might feel, right? I'm also getting like this energy of star right here. You got to heal, this you got to heal this imbalanced energy right now. There is this imbalanced energy in here. You got to understand how to heal this. Your the fact that you do not, the fact that there is a goal, there's a dream, that there's a passion that you do not want to let go of, but you are letting go of it, and you're starting something new in your life, just because, just so that, everything seems perfect, just so that you're not humiliated for it, or just so that because you're so scared of being humiliated and all that, all you want to make is a perfect life around you, and you're just, and in the search of perfect life, you're like, trying to like run away from the things that you actually love. So yeah, I feel like you I feel like you're being asked to go behind that dream, go behind that goal that you like, start something new, start the thing that you actually wanted to do. Don't be scared of falling. Take help when you need help, and yeah, take the emotional support whenever it is being given to you, right? Yeah. I feel like telling you that you are protected. I don't know, this crystal tiger's eye wants to come out for you. I feel like yeah, you are being protected. Don't be scared, right? You will be, I think yeah, you will be protected. You are being protected right now. So yeah, don't um judge yourself too harshly just because of this humiliation trauma that you could have got from somewhere, right? I feel like you're martyr. I'm getting like you would rather, I don't know how to say this. It just feels like you would rather sacrifice yourself than create another situation where you get humiliated again and again. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting in here. Okay, so I'll just bring out the next pile now. Okay, oh my god, pile number two, take care of yourself. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Hi, pile number three. This is your card right here. The haunted house poster or banner type of the note card. Your month is the month of November. Your numbers are number 9 and number 3. You know, the moment I came into this energy, I felt so sad. Like I felt like crying basically. I felt so emotional. So I don't know. I think pile number 2 could be significant for you because that pile was talking a lot about novice energy, and pile number 3, when I first saw this card right here, I really like wanted, like, I channeled the word novice. So I feel like maybe pile number 2 could be significant for you. Pile number 3, I feel like for many of you, the lack mindset because of which you are repeating the negative patterns is actually not aligning you to a very bad energy, but instead I feel like instead I feel like it is aligning you to some sort of, it's misaligning you. It's not aligning you to the correct energy. Now when I say misaligning you, oh my god, okay. This is too much, but there's a lot of, I'm feeling a lot of cough in this energy. I I don't think this energy is powerful, okay? Your energy is literally powerful. It's very powerful. I wouldn't lie. Oh my god, I'm getting an energy of, like, I'm getting like you guys could have like straight hair and very sharp, intimidating eyes, you know. I'm getting this energy of being seen, of being monitored. Maybe monitoring is not the word. I do not know what this is. Like, there is this very strict energy that is looking at you right now. They are looking at you with light. Like, they're looking at you with their third eye open, you know, like they are looking at you and they are seeing you doing what you're doing. I just feel like there's some sort of s- awakening as a result. I do not know, but I feel like you guys have awakened from something new in your, like, you guys have awakened, you know. You see things from a very different perspective. You see things in a very, oh my god, I'm getting like a strict manner. I'm getting like you see things in a very austere sense. You have a very good sense of discipline, right? So that's why I feel like, I don't know. I think the cause of the negative patterns, the cause of the negative patterns could be the fact that, could be the truth. Maybe you have seen the truth, maybe you know the truth, and maybe that truth is very hurtful, right? Yeah, I think the cause of your lack mindset could be the fact that there is some sort of truth that you know. Like, there is something written, the truth is written in stone or something like that. Yeah, I just feel like there's a fact that you know for sure. And this fact is the reason why you guys are like in this negative pattern for some reason. So basically, I feel like maybe you guys have trapped yourself in this. I'm getting sonar energy. So I don't know, maybe you guys could have trapped yourself in some sort of, um, I don't know, like an energy of, okay, oh my god, I'm getting like someone basically is, they shout a lot, or I don't know, I'm getting kind of like someone's words or someone's frequency of their words or the things that they say, you know. Yeah, I feel like you feel trapped in their words, like you feel like this person, like there is someone who has, I don't know, there is a truth that is being told to you, and the truth is what has trapped you inside. I feel like there's a lot of frustration and anger that you have because of this truth, and there's a lot of immediate response. My god, I feel like there is an immediate response to, I don't know, pain, grief, death. I, you know what, tell you, how do I say this? Like someone is grief struck, like grief struck. I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like in this energy with the Eight of Swords and reverse in here, I just feel like there is someone who can't see their own alley. Like I feel like the truth has bound them completely. It has like the like like I just feel like someone is being told the truth again and again and again and again, and it has sort of trapped them. It has sort of trapped them in this energy where they cannot, where they are being forced to create something new, or where they are being forced to, um create something not out of their choice or their will, but I don't know, I'm just feeling like someone is acting out. They could be like, yeah, I just feel like they're trapped in the truth. And I don't know, I feel like this, sometimes truth can be freeing in some ways, right? So I feel like this person feels free enough to like walk away, do whatever they want, create whatever they want to create, even if they are creating chaos, it doesn't matters to them anymore. Yeah, I feel like this person doesn't understand. I feel like you are not able to understand the difference between the awesome things that you're creating and the ruthlessness of the things that you're creating, because it just seems like there are people who are, I feel like there is something in your creations, maybe your creations are causing some sort of like grief, pain, some sort of problem, some sort of issue. I don't know why I'm getting cheating all of a sudden, but I just feel like, yeah, I just feel like the negative patterns, the truth, I just feel like someone could have, I feel like the truth is that, oh my god, I'm getting things like yeah, I'm getting like a very angry energy right now. I don't know, for many of you, I think there is a death energy in here. I'm seriously getting a lot of like someone's parent or someone's father figure could have died. I don't know. Like I'm getting a lot of death energy in here. So I don't know. Maybe you guys are feeling so. I do not know, but I feel like the truth is basically the reason why you're sitting in this lack mindset right now, trapping yourself in your own shadows, trying to create this 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 sense of self that isn't even you, right? I feel like there is this somewhat of an energy of trying to break free from an illusion also there out there. I'm kind of getting like, yeah, I feel like you're trying to break free from this grief, or maybe an illusion of a grief. I do not know what this is. I feel like this is grief, but I feel like maybe you're trying to break free from the illusion of seeing somebody of mm, illusion of um someone being alive even though they aren't. I don't know how to say this. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting right here. Your advice cards were also very weird. I have never seen like advice cards coming these many times. But I feel like your advice cards are basically telling you, um, I don't know, but I don't know why I feel like your advice cards are like they are all in sideways and they are coming to tell you that you need to pray on yourself, or you need to kind of like, I don't know. I think I think for many of you, you're trying to like get out of this grief. You're trying to like find a state of peace in your life, right? And maybe you're being asked to like, um I don't know why I'm getting that. Like, take yourself and bury your ashes in the burn. And like, yeah, bury yourself or something. I don't know what this is energy. I'm kind of like getting like, yeah, like I feel like I don't know. I might sound really insane right now, but you're being asked to bury yourself in your workplace or bury yourself in your work right now, or that is what you're doing on the side. I think, yeah, like you're burning away yourself. You're burning out in your workplace or something like that. And I think you're being asked to do that much. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I feel like you're being asked to, like, again, I'm getting pigtails or ponytails. Someone could be wearing pigtails or ponytails. Someone could get bullied because of that, maybe. But I'm kind of getting that maybe you guys need to. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I think you're being asked to, like, yeah, like, I feel like you're being asked to stop. I feel like there is some sort of emergency situation around you because of which I think the spirit is asking you. I don't know. Maybe there's an abusive situation, a survival situation. Maybe someone's death is the reason why you're being asked to like stop trying to find a cure for yourself, but rather than run for your safety. I don't know why I'm getting so many energies of someone trying to attack your um peace of mind. I don't know why I'm getting that. I think it's overthinking. That's okay. I think that's what it is. I think this is overthinking, right? I feel like you guys could be in a situation where you guys could be like overthinking a lot about work. I'm also getting a lot of like self exertion, right? Like trying to exert yourself in every little conversation, trying to exert yourself in every little thing because I feel like you want to forget about the death or the grief of what like you want to forget about the grief of losing someone in your life. So I don't know, you could be like trying to yeah, I'm getting a lot of energies like you could be
you could have been suicidal at one point of your life or something like that. I feel like the lack of this person, I feel like your lack mindset is basically the lack of your friend or lack of this person that you have lost in your life, right? And I feel like because of that lack you have kind of trapped yourself, and you've trapped your creativity. Basically you've trapped your creative process, you have trapped your soul. That's like you've trapped you've you're tapped in energy, right? Like I just feel like you've chained yourself to not do something creative anymore because you're so grief stuck or in pain, right? Even though it is time to move on from that or something like that, I feel like you guys could be overthinking yourself a lot. You could be overthinking about the work that you need to do. There's a lot of doom scrolling, painful social media energy. I'm also getting like trying to cope away with your emotions by um like you know using coping methods or um fast methods. I feel like you guys are like trying to chase the nearest maybe you guys are trying to chase the easiest way to get over this pain or something like that. And I think your overall advice is to do it. And I'm also getting like maybe you guys are like trying to people please people or something like that, so that um people don't leave you behind or something like that, because you have felt the hurt and the loss of these people. Yeah, I feel like having asked to yeah, I feel like even though you're overthinking so much, even though there is such a necessity, right now for you to like, or you might feel like you need to like people please other people to be in their good books so that they don't forget you or something like that. Still feel like to you're being asked to take care of yourself, and rather than relying in like you're being asked to like not rely on your colleagues or not rely on the help that you get from the outside, but rather pay attention to things that you can do yourself. Okay, like instead of like waiting on for someone to come and help you, waiting on for people to come and join you, which I think you could be doing right now because of because of the people that you have lost in your life. I feel like you're being asked to um like sit straight up and do your work again. Like you're being asked to come into this magician energy right now, basically, and try to do your work. Try to start doing your work again. Like do it yourself. Do not wait for someone to come and tell you what to do, help you in any manner. You do not need any help. You need to get, I feel like, I don't know why I'm also getting like no matter what you do you'll not get the correct help that you need for yourself, right? So it's more of an energy of do not look for help, but rather than do it yourself. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting right here. Yeah, I'm getting that maybe I'm getting the word serial killer for some reason. I'm getting like that song psychopathic serial killer. Psychopathic serial killer. Fa 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 na 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 na. Run run. So I don't know what this is. I don't know. Are you guys like being chased by a serial killer or something like that? Is there something like that going on? Ah, oh my god. Whoa. Wait a second. I think learn to listen to your instincts, learn to listen to the inner animal within you. Okay, so I'm getting like this energy of, learning to accept yourself. I think I don't know. I do not know, but I feel like there's an internal anger that you might feel for like for not being perfect enough to look at or something like that. For example, even I'm like creating a footage, right now, and I'm not like looking out to become to be perfect or something like that. But I feel like maybe for many of you, you want to look like a perfect person. You're so, I don't know, like I just feel like you're learning. I feel like the truth of the fact. I feel like the truth of the fact is that things can. I see the animal card right here. The animal card here asks you to, you know, let your, like, remember who you are. In the end of the day, you're a human being. A human being will go. A human being is an animal that sweats by nature. Is an animal that needs to go to the soil and actually touch that soil, right? Like literally stand on that soil and let the dirt and the soil enter into their feet, right? Like a human being is supposed to like walk around nature like that. I feel like we by nature are dirt. Like there's a lot of dirt and dust around us already, right? There's a lot of um we are we are we are material beings at the very end of the day, and we are humans, and being dirty is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing at all, because it just it's I just feel like there is like so much trend, where people do not want to see the reality of someone's life situation, and they just want to like call them dirty, even though they might be going through poverty or something like that. I feel like you're, and even suppose even in hospitals, like doctors have to like always accept patients covered in blood, covered in pee, shit. It's really disgusting, right? But that but I think that's the truth. That's the truth, right? I i do not understand. I feel like you are, what you what you guys might not be understanding right now is not, it's I just feel like it's not the truth that is, yeah, it is not the truth that is basically, it is not the truth that is causing you to stay stuck in one place. It is not the truth. I think you are someone who has the ability to accept the I just feel like it is the fact that not many people understand the disgust or the ways things actually look like on ground level, right? And I feel like I think you are allowed to disrupt their perception with the reality that you can bring out, right? If you living a certain kind of way, or if you um living in the so-called dirty manner, whatever other people say, right? If that um if they do not understand that, like sometimes lack of resources can actually um lead us into um where lead us into being sweaty, or smelling like smelling like dump truck or something like that, okay? Because sometimes we just don't have the time to, or we don't have the time, or we sometimes we don't have the enough resources to, like wear a clean shirt every single day. And I just feel like it shouldn't, I just feel like that's the truth, right? I don't know why, but I think the negative mindset that is, I don't know, I think there is like a need to stop trying to be so aesthetic, or there's something around the lines of like there's a need for letting people, like let people see that. I don't think you are the one who's aesthetic, but I feel like people are so accustomed to seeing good things and soft things around them that they do not realize what pain actually looks like, what chaos actually looks like. And I feel like you're allowed to show that. You're allowed to see, let people see that, and yeah, let them see what grueling pain actually looks like. Let them see that. I feel like you're someone who lights up the way for truth, right? That's the kind of energy that you are. Maybe I'm seriously getting that, because I'm getting like you light up, like you're very, like you're very like you show up, you call out people for their insensitivity or their bullying or abusive nature in workplace. I'm also getting like kind of like you understand it when people are trying to use words or harsh words to belittle others, and I think you call people out on that. You, and sometimes you feel hurt, and then you start crying in that place itself, or you try to, or you get angry because someone said something, right? And and I feel like you have this way of maturely handling your anger issues and maturely handling your emotions, that even though you're angry and even though people know you're angry, you are very stable at expressing your anger. And I think you're someone who has kind of like, who's very good at normalizing these sorts of emotions that have been stripped away of human beings due to the so-called professional environment and professionalism, right? I feel like you're very good at um, adapting people into a nature that is far more human than what the mechanical robotic nature of a work life looks like. Yes, this is exactly the kind of an like, it's kind of like you see people, you see them. I feel like, yeah, you see people for who they are, you understand it, and you're not afraid to. I'm also getting like, you're not afraid to be vulnerable in your workplace. You're not afraid to show your cups or give your cups to, like, cups in the sense, see, nine of cups. So you're not, um okay, you're not afraid to help people or be more human. I'm also getting like, like there is some sort of unstable nature in here. That's for sure. That's for sure. I'm getting rebellious streak in a workplace kind of energy. I am. I think people try to gaslight you into thinking that you're not stable and you're an unstable person, or that you're not stable enough to think well for yourself, you are um just because I think I don't know, they expect trauma, or they expect people's pain to look like the way that they think it should look like, and you just are the complete opposite, and you show them what it is like, and it's like such a raw pain, and you express it out loud. And I just feel like people think that you're emotionally unstable for expressing your pain out loud and vulnerable, and I feel like that's not even the actual case with you. I'm also getting like your colleagues could fight with you or something like that. Very disturbing or different energy right now. Oh my god. Yeah, it could be that, right? I just do not know. I feel like they could be fighting against you, or they could be fighting with you, and this could cause you to believe in certain things about yourself that aren't even the true, like that aren't even true. Um, but I think, I don't know. I feel like your lack mindset comes from, it's not lack mindset, but I feel like there's a need for being diplomacy. There is a need to have a little bit diplomacy and and somewhat of tact. I feel like you're a little bit tactless, or you don't have the type of diplomacy that people expect of you, and that's kind of like limiting you in some manner. So you're being asked to be a little bit more tactful in your conversations, a little bit more diplomatic. I feel like you do not like, yeah, I feel like that diplomacy is what is kind of, yeah, I feel like that diplomacy is kind of necessary for you to say things in a proper manner that, oh my God, I'm getting like you're tactless. Like I feel like you're so blunt sometimes that it can make people cry immediately on the spot, because I think you're so casual about, and not casual, but I feel like you're so honest and open about um like death, rebirth. Um w- yeah, I'm getting like clarity. You have like that cognizance. I don't know why I'm getting clarity, cognizance, but there's some sort of like, you have that sort of discernment between you to see the truth for what it is. Even if it is a dead body, you have that ability to see uh, the dead body. You can accept death. You are not scared of death. You understand that death is a process, right? I just feel like I just feel like people haven't seen that side of you, and the fact that you have already confronted death, it doesn't, I think nothing around your life scares you anymore. But I feel like sometimes the harsh and bitter truth that you speak, sometimes that they just feel so real that I feel like people do not want to hear it anymore. I feel like yeah, I feel like maybe you can feel cornered in your workplace. I'm also getting kind of an energy of being bullied a lot of times for creating something creative for yourself. And that's not your fault that you're being bullied, right? But I feel like you could feel their words hurting you. And I guess, and instead of supporting you, even though all you ever wanted was them to support you, right? But I feel like maybe many a times you try to help people, but your bluntness makes them feel like you're trying to humiliate them, and it just angers them, right? I feel like it's a case like that which is causing you to feel so. Yeah, I'm also getting like maybe you're trying to like, yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of hesitation, and I think like there's a lot of hesitation in um creating peace for yourself, or accepting change for the way it is. Yeah, I feel like people might feel a lot of hesitation in accepting change, right? But I feel like you kind of like rush them into accepting peace and change. That is also like all too sudden for them. I think it doesn't comes off in the right way. It doesn't rubs them the right way, and sometimes people might end up hating you, or not they might hurt you, or they might not understand whatever you were trying to imply with your words, and it can cut right through them, right? They can feel really bad about some things. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm getting an omnipotent energy, or omniscient energy, basically. That's like, yeah, I feel like maybe in your past you had some very codependent people, or you had to become hyper independent for yourself, right? You had to fend for yourself or something like that. And I feel like because of this type of past, you're very good at accepting the lemons that life gives you, but not everybody is like, yeah. And sometimes like your words can like cut through deep, especially for people who aren't, who haven't, yeah, who haven't worked on themselves. Another thing that I'm getting is like maybe you have like issues with loving yourself or taking care of yourself because of the fact that I feel like maybe you still guilt trip. I don't know, there's no guilt trip, but I just feel like there's an energy of, not wanting to take care of yourself because, yeah, because you might feel attacked for being a rebel or choosing a path that is completely different from your colleague, from other people's path, and you're so upfront about it that it might hurt people or it might make people feel inadequate about themselves, right? So there's some things around those energy. I feel like you have to learn, you need to learn how to be more tactful, and I feel like the mindset that is stopping you is your pride in being, not pride, but I'm getting kind of like your necessity to be this truth sayer, or your necessity of being like the things that could be causing issues for you could be the fact that you could be relying way too much on your introspection. You could be relying way too much on what you, on your own narrative, and you're not actually seeing the narrative of the people around you, and you're not actually understanding that the people around you are like, I feel like there's like a lack of diplomacy that is causing a lot of issues in your life right now. Because I feel like the lack mindset right here is not the truth. It's the fact that the truth is basically being like, it's the presentation of the, it's like the lack of understanding of the outside world. That's what I think is the most huge problem with you guys. And you need to yeah, I think yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the kind of energy that I'm getting right here for you guys. So yeah, take care of yourself, sleep well, goodbye. I don't know why, but I wanted to show this card. I don't know. Shown crystal in every I've shown crystal in every other pile, so I'm gonna show crystals in this pile as well. And I was thinking of showing this crystal. This is a labradorite. I don't know if you can see the shine of this crystal, but yeah, I think you can. You can. Yeah, it's labradorite, right? I was getting like this energy of labradorite. So, um, very earthy. Yeah, very earthy, angel-like energy. So I think labradorite is like trying to tell you to, be a little bit more gentle with your words. Try to find the right and appropriate words to, um, yeah, like help people or soothe their hearts in some manner. Do not go to like, don't be too impatient with them. Don't be too impatient with people, and try to don't be too impatient with people, and try to, see things from a, and try to and allow them to, feel things for themselves rather than being so rash in your way of talking with them. Yeah, be a little bit more tactful. That's all I can say. So take care of yourself, pile 3. Goodbye.